Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Othello and today we get to hear from Iago in Act 2, Scene 1. This is the monologue that ends Act 2, Scene 1, and the things that have been going on. The journey to Cyprus was kind of moot because the Turkish army was completely destroyed in a tempest as they were sailing to Cyprus. So now everybody's just kind of hanging out and they're going to have fun. And Roderigo came along because he's hoping that Othello and Desdemona will get bored with each other, and Iago keeps telling him that yes, that's going to happen, and also thinks that Roderigo should be in on like trying to make Othello think that Cassio and Desdemona have been sleeping together. He wants to at least use Roderigo in that respect, so he tells Roderigo that he should go pick a fight with Cassio so that Cassio, who has a quick temper, makes an idiot out of himself, maybe gets knocked out of his post and sent away in shame, and then Desdemona, who will have gotten tired of Othello but who was looking at Cassio, will then go for Roderigo. It's a very complicated thing. So anyway, Roderigo has just left. He's going to go try to pick a fight with Cassio in some respect. And Iago gets a minute by himself on the stage and he says, "The Cassio loves her, I do well believe it. That she loves him, 'tis apt and of great credit. The more, howbeit that I endure him not, is of a constant, loving, noble nature. And I dare think he'll prove to Desdemona a most dear husband. Now, I do love her too. Not out of absolute lust, though peradventure I stand accompetent for as great a sin, but partly led to die at my revenge, for that I do suspect the lusty Moor hath leapt into my seat, the thought whereof doth, like a poisonous mineral, gnaw my inwards, and nothing can or shall content my soul till I am evened with him, wife for wifed. Or, failing so, yet that I put the Moor at least into a jealousy so strong the judgment cannot cure, which thing to do? If this poor trash of Venice, whom I trace for his quick hunting, stand the putting on, I'll have our Michael Cassio on the hip, abuse him to the Moor in the right garb, for I fear Cassio with my nightcap too, make the Moor thank me, love me, and reward me for making him egregiously an ass and practicing upon his peace and quiet even to madness. 'Tis here, but yet confused. Knavery's plain face is never seen till used." And that's the end of Act 2, Scene 1. So this is... Let's unpack it a little bit here. So first he's like, okay, the Cassio Desdemona thing that I can work out, and Othello is probably not gonna bite, but Iago admits that he thinks that Othello might have slept with Iago's wife as well. So Iago might also want to try to sleep with Desdemona just so that it's like the revenge cuckolding thing going on there. He's like, okay, so that's an option. Or I need to make him so crazy jealous that he flies off the handle and can't keep track of himself. And maybe I can use Roderigo for that, and maybe like my exposing of Cassio for being, having such a short fuse and this horrible temper, maybe that's gonna make Othello like me even more because I'm protecting his life and quiet and all that sort of thing. He's like, I have the elements of a really good plan here. They just haven't quite come together yet. So he hasn't had his I love it when a plan comes together moment. He's having I'm brainstorming. I want this to be a thing. There's all these component parts. Don't quite know how to put them together in the best way yet, but I'm working on it. So that's where Iago is. He's constantly plotting and changing his plan and going with the flow and improvising and doing what he has to do so that he can get what he wants, which is Othello's downfall. So anyway, that's the end of Act 2, Scene 1, and tomorrow we get into Act 2, Scene 2, and I will see you then for that. Mwah.